Good morning and welcome. We've got some rain, so I know the farmers are happy, and we all need it, so that's good. Now, if the storms can stay north, we're good. But thank you for attending and your interest in hearing about what's going on in St. Joseph. Thanks to Natalie and the Chamber for hosting the event. This year's State of the City centers on vision and having the plan to fulfill that vision. Over the last year, the council and staff have worked to implement a strategic plan for the organization. One of the major designs of that plan was to create a short-term, 4-year plan that would allow us to find successes in what we could do as a council and during our time and in office, but importantly, create a sustainable plan that future councils can buy into and carry on the long-term strategy for our community. Creating sustainable goals that bind the current and future councils together will keep the momentum going. Just 2 weeks ago, we were able to approve the changes to the city charter that will allow a staggered term. This positive move will serve to enhance the continuity of strategic planning and achieving a long-term goal for the city. We are starting to see pieces of the puzzle fall into place, and we continue to work on completing the picture, but there's still much to fulfill that vision. Good morning. This week marks the anniversary of our second year in office. I want to take a moment to recognize my fellow council members and thank them for their continued efforts to carry out our vision for the community. I also want to recognize and thank the hundreds of city employees who work hard day in and day out to provide professional and quality customer service for our residents. I've learned that city employees truly are caring people who show up every day trying to do their best for our community. They have the desire to serve the community, and I'm truly grateful for every city employee. Together, we are all working to better the community through our strategic plan. The city's strategic plan centers on 7 objectives with defined action items and timeframes for implementation to help guide our decision-making policies. Let's talk about those objectives and what we have been doing over the past year to take them from vision to reality. As we go through the highlights, I do want to point out that a lot of what we are doing overlaps objectives and falls into multiple categories. The first objective is to maintain and enhance city assets. We made good progress over the past year preserving and improving our parks facilities and our airport. Much needed attention was given to our parks facilities and parkway system, thanks in a large part to the funding of CIP, ARPA, and the park sales tax approved by voters in 2021. Bartlett Park saw improvements. Basketball and pickleball courts at Bodie Sports Complex were renovated. Corby Pond docks and sidewalks were completed. Fairview Golf Course saw a new green irrigation system and overflow water retention was addressed. What does the upcoming year look like for our parks facilities and recreational amenities? The Parks Department currently has 54 ongoing projects. Krug Park will undergo some major renovations. This past year saw significant public engagement to establish criteria and concepts for renovation throughout the park, and those visions will soon become reality. The Redbird Hills Disc Golf Course will be completed. Wyeth Park will see a completion of a pump track along with a shelter renovation. The grandstand area at Phil Welch Stadium will be renovated and the new seats installed, along with safety netting. Restrooms at various city parks will be renovated, replaced, or added. Joyce Ray Patterson Center will see main restroom renovations and new kitchen equipment. The Nature Center will get new flooring in high traffic areas, and a much-needed new HVAC system will be installed. Heritage Park will see new scoreboards, and Felix Street Square will be redesigned. The city is reshaping its aquatics program based in a large part on the success of the splash park at Hyde Park. Future plans call for a shallow water pool and pool house renovation at Hyde Park and a new north side splash park. Through an agreement with Missouri Western, the city has assumed management of the Thomas Eagleton Pool and will ensure it remains functional and available to the public. We've initiated a new partnership with the YMCA to construct a year-round indoor natatorium. This facility will give St. Joseph a modern facility that not only serves for competitive swimming, but enhances the recreational and therapeutic aquatic amenities. Dedication to modernizing the Civic Arena using a variety of funding sources will continue. This past year, new seating was installed throughout the arena, and new end zone scoreboards were installed. The arena is scheduled to be painted on both the exterior and interior. It will receive portable volleyball system, sound system, video system, and portable stage system. The arena remains a cornerstone to downtown, and we need to ensure the facility is a desirable attraction for tourism. We only have to look back at the success, praise, and exposure we received during the Division II basketball championship a couple of weeks ago to realize the importance of keeping the arena in top condition. It's been a remarkable year at the Rosecrans Memorial Airport. The Runway 1735 reconstruction project has been a major undertaking, completely replacing the primary runway down through the subgrade. The runway reopened in January, and the project will be complete by the end of April. This project also upgraded the airport's drainage system, the perimeter road, and the perimeter fencing to meet government specifications. Additional construction on a new efficient terminal building housing the airport administrative office, a public lobby area, and a new restaurant began last July. By the end of this year, the new terminal building is expected to be complete and operational. This year also marks the beginning of the construction of a brand new state-of-the-art air traffic control tower, a multi-year project that will stand at 7 stories tall. Working with the 139th Airlift Wing, the controllers will sit about 30 feet higher in the existing tower, eliminating all line-of-sight issues, and along with equipment and facilities will make Rosecrans a safer airport. Together with the terminal building, these new structures will replace the existing buildings that have been operational since 1952. Additionally, we hope to confirm final design and funding for a new equipment building which will house all airport equipment under a single roof. With the importance of securing the C-130J models, the city continues to work with the 139th Airlift Wing on funding and the design of a new C-130 parking apron and planning for future north development projects. This will help secure the Air Guard base and will eventually result in economic growth for the airport as we gain facilities and land from the existing southern base area. I can't emphasize enough how important the 139th Airlift Wing is to our community. The second objective is to ensure fiscal responsibility. We should all be proud of the city has, for the past 30 years, been recognized by the Government Finance Officers Association for our detail and accuracy in our budgeting process. This year, staff took a deep dive into analyzing and questioning every single line item to ensure that the city is budgeting and spending accurately and according to the priority of community needs. We kicked off what will be a year-long project to bring dedicated fiber to all city-owned and operated facilities to improve connectivity, increase productivity, and improve services offered to the community. Not only will this project bring efficiency and stability to our operations, but it will also be a streamlined and cost-effective way of conducting business. The third objective is to build community connections. The city has strengthened its partnership with Missouri Western State University through an investment in the Convergent Technology Alliance Center, CTEC, a facility that will prepare our young leaders to serve and strengthen our already strong manufacturing base. The fourth objective is to improve access to public safety and services. Ensuring safe roads and safe community is always a priority, and we must always work toward improvements. We're down to the last major bridge to be rebuilt as part of the Bonds for Bridges program and look to complete that program late this year. This past year, we saw the rebuilding of 3 parkway bridges at 11th Street, Genefield Road, and Lovers Lane. This year, we'll see the rebuild of the MacArthur Road Bridge and the renovation of the 6th Street Viaduct. The voter-approved $20 million general obligation bond provided a much-needed revitalization of our aging bridges and other transportation infrastructure. It was made possible by the support of our voters. Just 2 weeks ago, Chief Luster held a press conference to talk about crime statistics in a review of 2023. Last year saw a decrease of 14% over 2022. While this is an improvement, it's not good enough. They will continue to use statistics to effectively deploy resources. In the last year, overall crime numbers have been lower than the previous 2 years. The department clearance rate continues to improve. In fact, the department surpassed the national clearance rate in all violent crime categories. The department is focusing on known offenders, strengthening the relationship of law enforcement partners and the prosecutor's office, talking to the public about crime prevention, training, providing resources, and empowering our officers to police in a professional and efficient manner. The fire department has worked very hard to not only maintain our ISO rating, but to improve it as well. Why is that important? The Insurance Service Office, ISO, Fire Score is a rating that determines how well the fire department can protect our community. The ISO affects insurance rates. Factors that are included in the scoring include the fire department's response time, quality and training of personnel, age and type of emergency response vehicles, and the communication system in place for response. Relocating a new Southside fire station and updating 3 of our emergency vehicles help with maintaining and in potentially improving our ISO rating. Implementing a new fire alerting system that expedites and automates communication between our communication center and our frontline firefighters is a critical component to improving response time and accuracy. The 5th objective is to create a clean and vibrant city. Efforts continue on community revitalization and appearance. I'm amazed at the number of volunteers working hard to clean up areas of the city where needed. This year, a total of 278 cleanup events were held. 252 tons of trash were collected through cleanups and the neighborhood dumpster program, and volunteers range from 2 to 200 per event. Programs have been created to address community appearance, including urban homesteading for homeowners, urban homesteading for developers, River Bluff Gateway Grant, Adopt a Block, and the Housing Task Force. Blight develops over time and takes time and dedication to go away. But we have dedicated more resources than any time in our city's history to stabilization and demolition programs that we have taken opportunity to facilitate private efforts to improve the cleanliness of our city. Our police department is also implementing innovative methods to address street homelessness and the negative effects on public and private properties. The 6th objective is to invest in our people. It takes all of us working together to provide opportunity and growth for our community to prosper. Together, Buchanan County, the city, and the Chamber of Commerce have continued to lead economic development efforts that in 2023 created 96 new jobs with an average wage of $52,186 and an estimated capital investment of $92 million. Ground was broken on 2 major developments in the workforce development arena. With the help of the community partners, funding was secured for the expansion of Hilliard Technical Center, and with a partnership formed between Missouri Western State University and North Central Missouri College, we are seeing the construction of the new Convergent Technology Alliance Center, CTEC, that will be open later this year. New ground is also being prepared for development. The city completed dirt work and is beginning infrastructure installation for the next phase of the Easttown Business Park. The city and the county have partnered to rebuild Pickett Road and Craig Parkway to modernize the corridor from Riverside Road through the Highway 36 interchange. The new corridor will provide improved access when MoDOT replaces the Riverside Road and Highway 36 bridge in a few years, and will improve access to Easttown Business Park and Capstone Technology Park. State Representative Brenda Shields and Mosaic Life Care have also led efforts to bring a branch of UMKC Medical School to St. Joseph. breaking ground on the new medical school building and introducing an incoming class of doctors to serve rural Missouri. Those are all the traditional steps that have been pursued, but economic development is not what it was 10 years ago. Employees are not ample supply, and employers don't have a wait list of qualified job applicants. Instead, communities must have housing and modern amenities to attract citizens to provide the workforce for economic development to occur. Our partners at the Chamber of Commerce recognized this early, and under the leadership of President and CEO Natalie Hahn, started the Housing Task Force. The city plays an active role in the task force and works to identify methods of attracting developers and new development. The city has invested nearly $1 million in housing stabilization for private homeowners in the oldest parts of town. That housing is critical. The need for modern amenities is also why we are evaluating the development of a youth sports facility and a public market to provide a restaurant and small business incubator downtown. This is also why the city and the members of the Community Alliance pursued the grant that allowed the creation of the River Bluff Gateway project that is investing in the aesthetics of the St. Joseph Avenue, downtown, 6th Street, and King Hill Avenue corridor. The seventh objective is to revitalize community spaces and become a destination location. While every corner of our city is important, the heart of the community is its downtown. The buzz around downtown continues to grow, and it's so great to see activities and excitement. We love seeing new shops, dining, and other amenities come downtown. We are excited to see the completion and opening of the Children's Discovery Center. Downtown has business owners, residents, and other vested parties all working together to continue that momentum. We have an outstanding trail system that's been developed over the years that provides both recreational amenities and quality of life opportunities for all walks of life. When the urban trail system throughout our parkway opened years ago, many had no idea that that was just Chapter 1. The next chapter has been equally exciting, that being the River Bluff Trails Park and the associated new life. Going into year 2, we're seeing so much interest in the park from our residents and visitors. The trails are wildly popular and bring a lot of traffic to the area. Our Capital Improvements Program, CIP, is still going strong after 30 plus years and $165 million of capital projects in our community. The CIP programs provide funding for major public infrastructure that ensures safe roads to travel, recreational amenities to improve quality of life for our residents and visitors, public safety, and resources to maintain existing public facilities. After another highly supported vote last August, we continue our CIP program. In June, we will sunset the 2019 CIP program and kick off the new 5-year campaign in July. Highlights of the 19 CIP include a new fire station and ladder truck, infrastructure at Easttown Business Park, new windows at City Hall, and a new skateboard bike park at Maple Leaf Park. Highlights that you will see the next 5 years include construction of a new Southside Fire Station, renovation and expansion of the fire headquarters, a new ladder truck for the fire department, body dash cameras for the police department, improvements to Cook Road east of 29, additional infrastructure to the Easttown Business Park, improvements to City Hall and Civic Center Park. I do want to point out that the CIP program encompasses every objective in our strategic plan. The CIP is truly a remarkable program that has proven itself over the past 30 years. There's one more CIP initiative that I must mention. A few weeks ago, it was announced the plans for a new animal shelter. Friends of the Animal Shelter have dedicated years to fundraising and development of a new shelter, but they had to forego those efforts last fall due to cost. At that point, the city went to work and created an entirely new plan for a modernized animal shelter that will be located on the south end of the Belt Highway. To enhance the plan, Friends of the Animal Shelter have announced a major contribution, allowing us to move forward with the project. Back-to-back champs. A repeat of Super Bowl champions Kansas City Chiefs will be back in St. Joseph for another year of training camp. This is such a great experience for our community and visitors. Be sure to mark your calendars for July 27th for another epic Red Rally to kick off the Chiefs' run for a three-peat. Also, you need to mark your calendars for September 14th and 15th for the Sound of Speed Air Show. The air show is a joint effort between the city and the 139th Airlift Wing, bringing an exhilarating experience to the community. This year, we will have the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds back, along with many other top-tiered performers. It promises to be an unforgettable event.
As I talk about all the positives in St. Joseph, I want to stop and recognize why there are so many great things going on. Those of you who know me understand I will always talk about the people. Our success is due in a large part to the level of support from the community. Volunteers are the heart of our success, and volunteerism comes in many different forms. Whether that comes from voter support on tax initiatives, neighbors coming together to address issues, or people from all corners of the city finding individual ways to give back. Last fall, at the Mayor's Thanksgiving dinner, we honored Nancy and Clark Hampton for their contributions to St. Joseph. Nancy and Clark have spent their entire lives giving back, saying much of their enjoyment in life is their volunteer work. Nancy said it best.
When you do that, you receive more than you give because you are helping someone. And that's the most important thing we can do while we're living, is to help one another.
I challenge each of you to find a way to volunteer your time, talent, and treasure.
Thank you. We're making progress. Having a vision and a plan to follow makes the progress more seamless and more attainable for the long-term sustainability. I want to thank our residents and all the businesses, both big and small, for their part in making our community a best place to be. I want to thank the members of the Chamber and our partners of the Community Alliance for their commitment to work together to achieve our individual and community goals. I want to thank my fellow council members for their dedication to serving our community over the past year and continue through the next 2 years. This can't be done without your leadership, thick skin, and willingness wasn't going to do that. Do appreciate what they do. It's not always easy, but the hard decisions come with rewards. Next, city employees. What can I say? You all make it different. You all help us make it happen. I want to thank them for the dedication to serving our community. Each and every day, they're out making a difference, and I appreciate that. To Jennifer and my family, thank you. The time and effort they allow lets me work to help the city, because we're all in this together, and your help and support make it happen. I'm St. Joe proud. It's truly my honor to be mayor. Thank you.